Good morning, children. Welcome to online science class. So today we will discuss or we will revise the uh, physics lesson 3 objective type questions first. Okay. The first one, choose the correct option. The moment of a force is called torque. The other name of force is momentum of force is torque. Okay. Second one, a body cannot rotate if the line of action of the force is away from pivot, passes through the pivot, is perpendicular to the axis of rotation, is at an angle to the axis of rotation. So what's the answer? Passes through the pivot. Third one, the moment of a force is given by, what's the equation of moment of the force? The moment F into P, F by P, F into R, F divided by R. So the answer is F into R, F into small letter R. Fourth one, the pressure exerted by a column of liquid depends on its height, is the same at the all points at the same horizontal level, is the same in all direction. So fourth one is all the above are true. So the answer is depends on its height. Column of liquid means it is depends on its height. Then fifth one, pressure is defined as force into area, force by area, area by force, force into area square. The correct answer is force by area. Fill in the blanks. The turning effect of force depends upon dash and dash, perpendicular distance r and force F. The turning effect depends upon the perpendicular distance and force. Okay. Then second one, the momentum of force is also called torque, T-O-R-Q-U-E. Third one, the torque acting on a body is given by F into R, F into R. The momentum and torque are same only. Okay, children? Then fourth question, the pressure exerted by a gas is dash in all direction, equal. So the pressure exerted is equal in all direction. Fifth one, the fixed point about which a body rotates is called the pivot. Is called as what? Pivot. So P-I-V-O-T, pivot. Okay, children. So do you understand this? Fill in the blanks? Yes. Shall we move to the next one? True or false? Two forces acting in opposite directions can produce a momentum in the same direction. So if they have two forces are acting in different directions, they produce the moment in same direction. Yes, the statement is true. Second question. In translatory motion, every point of the body goes through the same displacement. Yes, of course, in translatory motion, the displacement carried out by the body is equal in all the points. So, the statement is true. For rotational equilibrium of a body, the net forces acting on it must be 0. So, for rotational equilibrium, it should not be 0. It should not be equal to 0. So, it is the statement is false. Fourth one, we do not feel the atmospheric pressure because it is balanced by the pressure inside our body. So what's the answer? We do not feel the atmospheric pressure, isn't it? Why? Because the pressure inside our body is balanced with the atmospheric pressure, so we are not feeling that. So the statement is true. Fifth one, if you compress a gas, the pressure exerted by it will increase. So when you compress, when you press the gas, the pressure will be increased. Of course, it is true. Okay, children. Hope you have understood this third lesson physics book exercise well. Shall we revise the third lesson exercise of chemistry? Okay. So this is the chemistry third lesson 1 marks book exercise. Okay, children. Now first one, choose the correct option. Which of the following is an element? Is an element? The options are hydrogen, salt, water and glucose. So which is an element? Hydrogen, because water, it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Salt is also a compound, sodium and chlorine. Glucose, of course, chlorine, hydrogen and oxygen. So Among them, hydrogen is the element. Okay. Second one, ammonium chloride can be separated from sand by which method? Ammonium chloride and sand both are solids, so the solid mixture can be separated by which technique? Either it may be sieving, but here it is not possible. Sublimation. Sublimation is the one where the solid directly converts into gaseous state without converting it to liquid. So ammonium chloride is sublimable, so we can use the sublimation process. We can't do decantation or fractional distillation or chromatography. Okay, children. Then third question, common salt can be separated from sand by distillation, fractional distillation, using water as a solvent, using a separating funnel. So what's the method used? Using water and as a solvent. So when you dissolve this mixture, that is salt and sand mixture, salt will be dissolved in water and sand will be left out, and that can be filtered out. Okay. So by using water as a solvent, we can filter this mixture. Fourth one, for separating the component of which of the following mixtures can be separated? Water plus sodium chloride, alcohol plus water, chalk plus water, oil plus water. So separating funnel is used to separate which of this following? Yes, separating funnel is used to separate the immiscible liquids. Among the following, which is the immiscible liquids? Both should be liquid. Here, first option, sodium chloride is solid. Second option, chalk is solid. Third option, of course, alcohol and water both are liquids, but they are miscible liquids. What about the fourth option, oil and water? Oil floats on water, no, they are not mixing thoroughly with each other, so such is called as immiscible liquids. So oil and water can be separated by separating funnel. Fourth, last question, the dyes of an ink are best separated by filtration, fractional distillation, using a separating funnel, or chromatography. So chromatography is the technique used to separate the pigments of ink. Okay, children. So this is about choose the correct answer. Now shall we revise this, match the following? Yes, the first one is sulfur. What is sulfur? Sulfur is an element. Sugar. Sugar is a compound because it is made up of hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Mud. Mud, what is a mud? Mud is a heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture is mud. Water and sand together forms mud, isn't it? So both are in different states of nature. So it is a heterogeneous mixture. Fourth one, alloy. Alloy is a homogeneous mixture. What is alloy? Brass, gold, and all we know that for making jewelry we have to mix some copper with gold so that it will become strong, isn't it? So all our jewels are alloys. Actually, they are alloys. Both the gold and copper exist in the same state of matter, so it is a homogeneous mixture. We understood, children? So I repeat, sulfur element, sugar compound, mud heterogeneous mixture, and alloy homogeneous mixture. Is it clear? Yes, of course. Now let us go to the next topic. The next one is fill in the blanks. So fill in the blanks. First question, a dash can be split into simpler substances by a physical means like filtration, sublimation and distillation. So physical methods, filtration, sublimation, distillation and all physical methods. So which can be split into simpler substances? Mixture or compound? Mixture. Okay, mixture only can be separated easily by that is using physical techniques. Okay, children. Second question, the constituent of a compound are present in dash proportion by mass, a definite or any. So the constituent of the compound, so in a correct ratio the substance are present, then only it will form a compound. For example, water, 2 hydrogen elements and 1 oxygen element will form water. We can't form water by having 1 hydrogen element and 1 oxygen element. So it must be a definite proportion, definite ratio should be there. So the answer is definite. Okay. Third one, a fizzy drink is a dash mixture, homogeneous or heterogeneous? Homogeneous. Though it's a mixture of gas and liquid, they are mixed thoroughly together, so They are homogeneous mixture. Fizzy drink is a homogeneous mixture. Fourth one, two dash liquids may be separated by using a separating funnel. So now only I have discussed, so using separating funnel we can separate the immiscible liquids. So here the answer is immiscible liquids. Okay children. So this true or fill in the blanks. No, though in our book they have given the option, but in question paper options will not be given for fill in the blanks. You have to write the correct answer. So you concentrate on the spelling of these answers. Okay children, and prepare well and get the full mark. Now write true or false for the following statements. Okay, the first one, an element contains more than one type of atoms. More than one type of atoms. Of course the statement is false, isn't it? So element means only one type of atom. We just now we have seen in the match of following, no, sulfur means only sulfur atoms will be there. Hydrogen means hydrogen atoms will be there. So such thing is called element. So the statement is false. Second one, a compound contains only one type of atoms. No, false again. Why? Because compound example just now we have discussed water, common salt, water, hydrogen and oxygen both are present. Similarly, common salt, sodium chloride, sodium chlorine both are present. So that is not, the statement is not correct. Not one. It is not made up of only one type of atom, different types of atoms. So the statement is false. Third one, air is a mixture of elements and compounds. Air is a mixture of elements and compounds. It's true. Okay, so it's a true. How it is true? See, air contains oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, etc., etc., isn't it? So here hydrogen, oxygen and all water, they are elements. They are elements. What about carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide? They are the combination of carbon and oxygen. Carbon and oxygen, isn't it? So they are compounds. They are making compounds. So such so air is a mixture of both elements and compounds. That's why the statement is true. Fourth one, an alloy is a homogeneous mixture. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture. Yes, the statement is true. We have discussed gold. So the statement is true. Fifth one, common salt is manufactured by the evaporation of seawater. So how they are preparing common salt? They are manufacturing the common salt by evaporating the seawater, isn't it? So here the statement is true. Do you understood, children? So we have discussed or revised the book exercise of both third lesson in both physics and chemistry. So you revise these two lessons well, write a test, get corrected from your parents, and send me the photocopies of the corrected test to my personal number. Report in the after completing the task, report in the group without fail, children. Thank you, children. Meet you in the next class.